Hey guys, welcome to our channel. Let's start our today's session about Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank. This article from the Hindu newspaper of Delhi edition dated on 19th June appears on page number 15. The context of the news is that Indian government and Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank have signed an agreement for $750 million loan to India. It is to strengthen our government response towards the impact of COVID-19 pandemic on poor and vulnerable households. The current $750 million loan is a second in the line from Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank after India received first ever health sector support to the tune of $500 million last month. The funding support is provided under India's COVID-19 emergency response and health system preparedness project. This project is financed by Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, Asian Development Bank and the World Bank, of which Asian Development Bank has sanctioned around $1.5 billion and the World Bank with $1 billion to this project. The primary beneficiaries of this project is the poor and vulnerable sections such as families below poverty line, farmers, health workers, women, people with disabilities, senior citizens, construction workers and other vulnerable groups. COVID-19 Crisis Recovery Facility. It is a project created by Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank. Through this project, it is extending support to the world countries to fight against the pandemic impact. The Crisis Recovery Facility was set up with the initial investment of $5 billion. Later, it was doubled to $10 billion. This investment is co-financed by the banks across the world. This funding support provided by international financial institutions will enhance the government effort to contain and address the impact of COVID-19 pandemic. This is all about context of the news article. Now let's learn about Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank. It is a multilateral development bank. Its objective is to provide finance to the infrastructure development and the regional connectivity project in Asia Pacific region, thereby improving social and economic outcomes in Asia. It is headquartered in Beijing, China. It is China-led bank, that is the proposal for Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank is initiated by China in 2013. Later it commenced its operation in 2016. Membership of Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank. It started its operation with 57 prospective founding members. Now it has grown to 102 approved members. The membership of the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank shall be open to the members of IBRD or the Asian Development Bank. It means that the membership is not confined to the Asian region, it is open to the non-regional countries also. The important point to be noted here is India is one of the founding members of Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank. Capital and shareholders. The starting capital of the bank was $100 billion, in which China is the largest shareholder. India is the second largest shareholder. It means that India has a vital role in AIIB. Guys, don't go too much with these numbers or total funding, just have a rough idea about it. Governance of Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank. Here highest decision-making body is a Board of Governors. It is composed of one governor and one alternative governors appointed by its members. It meets once in a year. The first annual meeting of Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank was held in Beijing. India hosted the third annual meeting of AIIB in 2018. The last meeting was held in Luxembourg. It is the first meeting to be held in non-Asian region. Let's see about the significance of AIIB. It is viewed as a potential rival to the West-dominated World Bank and the IMF. In those banks, the role of the Western countries is dominant, therefore it is seen as an alternative to it with the dominance of Asian regional players. Next thing is that there is a large gap in infrastructure funding around the Asian countries. Establishment of this bank will pave the way for increased focus of development in Asia. What are the benefits for India from Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank? India is the largest recipient of funds from AIIB. That is, the bank has been providing funding to different projects such as solar and wind projects, infrastructure facilities across various states. As India needs huge funding for infrastructure development, which is impossible to be met with the investment from domestic banks and the government, therefore funding support from these banks helps in meeting the financial requirements and achieve the holistic development. India as a second largest shareholders in the bank will enhance its position in the world in respect of changing global order, with Asia emerging as a prominent player in the world economies. I have covered the basics of AIIB and its significance in the world economies. That's all for the day. See you tomorrow. Thank you.